Good evening, and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. I don't even know how to describe this episode. There was one good thing that happened in this episode, and that was pretty much about it. And that is Jennifer and Jack getting back together. Because I'm not gonna lie, in the first few minutes of it, Jennifer, like usual, was getting on my nerves. She was sitting there talking to Will. She was like, I don't know, I'm confused, yada, yada, yada. It's just like, all right, like, this is. And something that Kate said, I was agreeing with. Was she was talking to Will, and Will gave her some sound advice as far as, like, you walked out of your marriage, you could walk back in. Don't do it for anyone else, do it for yourself. I think that was probably the only good thing that Will has actually provided in this episode, in these episodes, as far as getting back to the show. And I'm gonna let you know my issue with him being around. You know what? He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything. Yeah, he had a Skype conversation with Sunny, but let's be honest. One of the things that I don't like when I'm watching the show is when you have a character on there and they're not really contributing to the story. They're not having their own interesting story. They're just there to be filler. And I'm not a fan of that. And so I felt the whole time, the whole scenes with, like, him being there and him talking to Sunny through Skype, it was like, I don't care. I just don't care. When they were on the show and they had that whole thing going with Allie and the baby and stuff like that, it was great them being there because they were doing something. But them being there for the sake of them being there was like, it's like, dude, when do you leave? It's like, because he said that he was leaving in the morning. I was like, good. Because when you both come back, hopefully you can actually contribute. Because that would be really nice. But, he can convince Jennifer to come to the party. And, at first, Jack and Kate was sitting there talking, and Kate was apologizing. After a while, I was like, Kate, you really need to stop apologizing. Like, you really do. It happened a while ago, and there's only so much you can sit there and apologize for. But she was apologizing to Jack. They both wanted him going to the party. They were talking. And Jennifer sees them talking. At first, she was about to just bolt out of there. And I was like, you do realize that they're going to run into each other and they're going to talk. Now, to be fair, if you've been in hot water with this woman, maybe it's probably not a good idea for you to be, in her proximity and her orbits and that they're just talking and chatting it up and everything. I get it. When you're at the house, you're going to bump into each other, you're going to see each other, but just, it was kind of a big room. You couldn't have found anyone else you could sit there and talk to. I get it. I'm trying to look at it from Jennifer's point of view, and it's like the fact that you're in hot water is like, maybe she's not exactly the best company to be around. Just throwing it out there. But anyway, she's about to bolt. He pretty much begs her to sit there and stay. And then after them talking, she's like, she forgives him. And they kiss on, on the ball drop. So that's cool. That's good. Probably the only good thing that actually happened in this episode. Mind you, she was annoying me like prior to then, so that's saying something. Yep. Let's talk about Gwen and Chad. Christ almighty, Chad. I gotta sit there and ask people this question because I'm late to the party, okay? I've only been watching this for like maybe a couple of months. This guy, this character, has been on there for a while. So I need to ask, has he always been like this? Has he always just been the pompous, jackass Like, has he always been like this? Has there actually been good moments? Okay, and maybe I could be wrong because I'm only seeing this version of him. Has he ever actually had, like, genuine good moments where you actually like the character? Because whatever this version is, this version has been seemed like it's been going on for a while. You know, even when he was sitting there talking to Gabby, he seemed like he was about to get in Gabby's face, like put hands on her. And granted, everyone knows that I'm not exactly always Gabby's biggest fan, but yeah. Um, so this whole episode, Chad is acting like a damn psychopath. Okay. And I get it, you know, Gwen is not manipulating him and feeding him lies and and granted, she feeded him the biggest lie. She flat out was like, yeah, I saw them kissing. Yep, they were kissing. Okay. I mean, at this point, you know, this dude is pretty much finishing your sentences. It didn't really take him much to like push him over the edge. Um, so this whole time, after he has to talk, and you know, he's all like, you know, why didn't you say anything? And you know, Gwenda's all like, oh, well, he was in the mob and he was gonna hurt me. And you know, Chad's like, no, I got you. It's like, all right, bro, calm down. So they go to the party. They missed him at the party because at this point, you know, Jake already confirmed that yeah, him and you know, Kate are sleeping together. Please don't say anything. But you know, at this point, Abby's like, listen, I need to save my marriage because he's already sitting there thinking that you know, me and you are doing something, and I don't want to lie to him, and yada yada yada. So I'll sit there and tell. And so they head to the house because she's been calling him for a while. Um, no answer. So she goes over there with Jake, and of course they're not there anymore. They're at well, you know, Gwen did this whole thing where she booked a hotel, for like her and some guy, whatever. So they're at the hotel. Um, Now let me just dive deeper into how much of a POS that Gwen is, and why I have so much issue with this particular scene. Okay. Damn it, I feel like I need something stronger than this. So at some point, you know, they go to the hotel, they see all the rose petals and everything like that. At this point, you know, he's pretty much acting like a damn psychopath. Um, and Gwen, of course, is feeding him more lies. And the minute he's not lurking, she's sitting there smirking and just all sorts of things that I just not like about this woman. Um, they see the champagne. Chad just starts drinking it up. And I don't know how long he's been actually drinking for. I don't know how many hours this has been. Now, full disclosure, I do consider myself to be pretty much a lightweight when it comes towards alcohol. But this alcohol must have hit him fast as hell. Because later on in the scene, you can tell he's clearly drunk. When I mean drunk, I mean that, you know, whatever happens, you can't give consent because, you know, you're not in your right state of mind. I say that because clearly, Gwen has no morals whatsoever. She's just, at this point, she's just reached the bottom of the barrel as far as being a human being. And she starts kissing him and making out with him and everything like that. And I'm just like, so let me get this straight. And why I have so much of an issue with this scene. So can anybody tell me that if this wasn't reversed, and, you know, let's say that Gwen was drunk and Chad started hitting on her, kissing her and everything like that, this wouldn't be considered like taking advantage of, somewhat kind of the R word. This one considered just being wrong, just looking at this. So I don't understand. And granted, these scenes need to happen, but I feel like if I go and read the comment section and I see this scene and I don't see people in the same uproar that it would be if it was reversed, we clearly have a problem in our society. I had issues with that scene in itself. But yeah, so Gwen is just the absolute bottom of the barrel. And at this point, the sad thing is that we are going to find out um, why Gwen is so hell bent on destroying Abigail's family. But after this scene, I'm going to be completely honest, and I just don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I just don't care. I mean, this character has always been just bad enough on it. This character was always bad in itself and just already a POS. And I didn't think that she can actually reach new heights. But, well, clearly I was wrong about that. So yeah, that happens. She takes advantage of a man of him while he is drunk and can't really can't give consent. So that's awesome. What else? Oh, I don't understand how this actually didn't escape me. So, Brady convinces Chloe to go to the party, not be by yourself or whatever, just have some fun with a good friend. And, Chloe's like, I don't know if that's a good idea because your girlfriend, pretty sure she would have something to say. And by say, I mean, like, my life would be in danger. And Brady's like, nah, it's fine. She would understand, we're just good friends, We're just good friends. We would just go and she would understand. So they go to the party. At this point, Philip is, upset. He has no one to go with. It's New Year's Eve and it sucks. This is when Maggie's like, you just go to the party anyway. Be a lot of single ladies, go there stag. I'm like, you know what? I kind of like this woman, Maggie. So he decides to go. And he starts chatting it up with, Chloe. And, at some point, he's all like, oh, well, at least I don't have to be alone. I can just, have some company. And, instead of Chloe saying anything, I don't think she had the chance. Brady walks over. And, Chloe's like, oh, I'm his plus one. And, this is when Philip's like, so you think it's a good idea for, you to be pretty much painting the town with her while your girlfriend is in jail? I don't remember what Brady said, but he said something, and then Chloe was like, "Yep, well, it's good seeing you. Like, go away." So at this point, he's upset, and he is skulking pretty much. He runs into Kate. They start talking up a little bit, and long story short, Brady kisses Chloe. And I'm just like, dude, what the hell are you doing? You know what? Listen, I'm going to love watching Brady try to explain this away. I'm going to love it. I'm going to be... I feel like this is going to be one of those moments when I actually may get out some candy bars or some... I'm not going to do popcorn. We get out some candy bars, some Reese's, and just kind of just enjoy the show. And see how he's going to explain, oh, it's New Year's Eve, and I kissed her because, it was New Year's Eve. And, to some extent, I would love to sit there and hear her response. Because if her response is, so if, you was with, you're next to, I don't know, some guy, would you kiss him? But it's just New Year's Eve, so it wouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I just would love to see that. I was just like, are you kidding me? Alright, Brady. You know what? Listen, your girl's in jail, and, I don't even know what to say about that. Oh, and apparently Jake was just, when he found Kate, I'm sitting there like, all right, cool. So you're gonna tell her, right? You're gonna give her a heads up. I mean, it's gonna suck. She's probably gonna be upset, maybe at you. You're gonna give her a heads up, right? Oh, cool, fireworks. Oh, they're counting down the ball. All right, cool. Let's make out. So, I guess you're not gonna tell her in this episode, right? But you're gonna tell her in the next episode, though. I hope you tell her in the next episode because if not, I don't know. Anyway, I think that's actually gonna do it. I think that's pretty much about it. I don't think I missed too much of anything else, and if I did, I apologize. Yep, I think that's actually gonna do it. It's funny because I remember somebody saying, I don't remember who, but somebody was saying that Sonny and Will are gonna be back. And if this was their version of being back, they should have probably just stayed away until they actually gave him something to do. But anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching. I know these reviews have been coming out super slow. I don't know why. I'm off tomorrow, so after I try to watch Wonder Woman on my tablet, unfortunately, because issues, I'm gonna watch Days and try to put it out early because apparently it takes 3 hours for me to upload a video for some odd reason. I gotta find out why. But thank you for watching. Be safe. I will catch everyone in the next review.